yeah, we've moved all the way through all of the main chakras, 1 through 6, and tonight we're going to focus on the 7th chakra, which is called Sahasrara. And I was reading up on this recently because I've studied the chakras for years, but there's always like some deeper knowledge to be known. And this one is technically not an energy center, it's more of a portal, if you will. And so we've been activating and balancing all these energy centers for the last 6 weeks. And now, with those alight, with those in balance, which we'll work on tonight as well, we now have access to kind of more, if you will. So we're not going to get into a theological conversation about what more means to you. You know, this could be God, it could be divinity, it could be universe, it could be nothing at all. But higher consciousness is what we're heading toward. So Kundalini rising through the spine, through the crown of the head, and into the cosmos, if you will. It gets a little weird at this point. We're just going to roll with it on that. But to go through some of the main points about this chakra, it is a 1,000 petaled lotus that only opens when the other chakras are in balance. It's the point through which prana is drawn from the universe into the body. So located at the crown of the head, it governs boundlessness, connection to divinity, cosmic consciousness, transcendence of space and time, and transcendence in general. Now, this chakra you may not have worked with, unless you've worked with it with me before, because we don't really focus on this one in our levels of practice. And it's not because somebody's trying to keep anything secret from you. It's because this is the kind of work you want to do when you're ready to cross over. And don't worry, we can do one class tonight and we'll be fine. We're not going to get ready for something big. But it's just good to note that this is not something that you want to return to as like a part of your regular practice, though it could have a novel experience with you every once in a while. Best to work on everything from the 6th chakra down. All right, so while this will be fun, this is not an everyday practice. The bija mantra or seed sound for this is Om. So we actually chant this all the time. Om is the sound of everything. So this is the encapsulation of the universe connecting with you. The colors, because there's more than one, are violet, gold, and white. And just like last week, we're beyond the elemental plane at this point. So there's no element associated with it. There's no sense associated with it. This is far beyond that kind of egoic perception. Yeah. Last thing I'll note about Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra, as I'll call it for ease here, is that if you practice yoga nidra with me, this is a great way to connect to this idea, because in yoga nidra, you can pacify and balance the chakras in a way that is unique, that you can open channels to whatever it is you're trying to connect with that might be beyond yourself, using very loose language tonight around that. And for our practice tonight, we are going to do a centering like normal. We'll chant Om like normal. And from there on, it's going to be a bit different. Normally, my classes have a flow to them. We move from one thing to another. It's very kind of loose, or not loose, but kind of tight. And I like transitions. You know me. This is going to be a little bit more not that. We're going to practice some pranayama, and then we'll do a set of exercises. Then we'll come back and practice a pranayama. Then we'll do a set of exercises. And it's going to keep following that pattern. And the reason why is, as I said before, Sahasrara chakra can only open when the first 6 energy centers are in balance. And so most of our work here is going to be balancing the first 6 energy centers, so that toward the end, you can start to open yourself to whatever might be beyond you in that. Okay? So might get a little weird, might be a little big. Take what you want, leave what you don't. But yeah, go ahead and sit comfortably. We'll get centered now. I like it when it starts to get weird, you know. And it's so nice that, you know, Halloween is this weekend. So what a time to get witchy, right? Sitting comfortably. Go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Take them toward the back of the room and relax them down. Just take a few conscious breaths in and out. Feeling the lungs fill, inhale. Feeling the lungs empty, exhale. And then bring your awareness to your spine, the skeletal structure, from the tip of the tailbone, all the way up through the vertebrae to the point at the center of your brain. And then please see a flame ignited just below the tailbone at Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, the base of the body. And see the flame bright red. Now with your next inhale, see that flame ascend the spine, and as it touches the tailbone, it turns yellow, orange. At the navel, it turns yellow. The heart, it turns green. At the throat, it turns blue. And as it comes to the center of the brain, it turns indigo, that blue-violet color. Then exhale, see the light descend the spine, passing through the throat, blue, the heart, green, the navel, yellow, the tailbone, orange, back to the root, turning red again. Following the colors of the rainbow, inhale up the spine, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Exhale down the spine, blue, green, yellow, orange, red at the root. Again, inhale, ascending, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Down the spine, blue, green, yellow, orange, red at the root. A few more times. Go on your own. Just follow the colors of the rainbow up and then reverse back down. What we're helping to do is to bring these first three energy centers into our strong present awareness. And since energy follows thought, as we're thinking about them, we're actually starting to bring balance and harmony to these aspects of mind. The root focusing on safety, stability. The tip of the tailbone, the second chakra, focusing on the balance of preference, primal creativity, the start of identity. Navel center, courage, willpower, determination, transformation, and the seat of fire in the body. The heart, so much compassion from the heart. Love, acceptance, spaciousness, openness. The throat, expression of truth, expression of creative will, purity of thought, speech, and action. And the eyebrow center, third eye, the center of intuition, connection to wisdom, knowledge, clear perception, and objectivity. Awareness of capital R, reality. And if you can, see a bright light at each of these points, the root, the tailbone, the navel, the heart, the throat, and the center of the brain. And if you can attach those colors to them, do it, but if not, just see white, bright light. And as we chant Om 3 times, see energy moving like a line of light up through each one and piercing through the crown of the head. We'll chant it 3 times. Deep breath in.
Bring your palms to your heart. Bow your chin, just honoring yourself, just as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And honoring a sense of openness to whatever experience or experiences may or may not come to you through our time together tonight. In honor of that, go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. Bring the heated palms over your eyes, brushing back over the top of your head, down the neck, and bring yourself on back. Okay, so when you're ready, go ahead and come to sit on your heels. If you want to sit on a block here, you're welcome to. You can also sit on a folded blanket or, at the end of the day, per usual, if you want to come to cross legs again, you can. It's up to you. So we're going to practice Kapalabhati, the breath of fire, next, and we're going to practice for a full minute. Now, just as a kind of precursor, after we're done with this, we're going to do a set of exercises, then we're going to come back to Kapalabhati twice more throughout the class. And each time we're going to add a minute to our practice. So we'll do 1 minute now, 2 minutes the next time, and build our way toward 3 minutes toward the end. As always, if you start to feel like it's a bit too much, just back off on how much you're doing. Take a rest. There's always child's pose in case you need it. Okay? So Kapalabhati, just in case you need a refresher on it, it's a quick exhale from the abdomen through the nostrils, kind of like you're blowing out a candle with your nose. And you can go slow like that. After a while, you can pick up the pace if you want to, but if you start to feel lightheaded, just slow down. All right? So sitting tall, relax your shoulders. And just a reminder that this breath and movement is coming from the abdomen, not the chest. Keep it grounded in the belly. Deep breath in. You're halfway there. Deep breath in. Hold the breath into the top of the inhale. See light in the brain. Sip a bit more breath in. Keep holding. Don't drop the breath. Exhale softly. Feeling light in the brain, energy at the navel. Helping to stoke that energy up the spine, getting that Kundalini energy to start rising. When you're ready, please transition into hands and knees, table pose. And then just come right into downward facing dog. Now it's our first down dog, so we will spend just a few moments walking it out, especially since we've been sitting for a little bit. So it's nice to stretch the legs out a bit here, taking deep breaths, but still kind of being aware of that echoing sensation of Kapalabhati. Good.
All right, so from here, we're going to move through Danda Kriya. Many of you know this. I'll lead you through it. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, plank yourself 1 inch from the floor, chaturanga. Press the arms straight, come onto the tops of your feet, knees off the ground, heart lifts, upward facing dog, and then exhale, pull back to downward facing dog. We're gonna do that 4 more times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, 1 inch from the floor. Press into upward facing dog. Pull back into downward facing dog. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Twice more. Plank. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Again, plank. Chaturanga. Up and down. Good. Take an adjusting breath here. And then come into plank pose. Hold the pose. Take the shoulders down the back. Heart looks forward just slightly. Soften the jaw. And have your hips about on the same plane as your shoulders. Bring your awareness to the brain center here. That echoing sensation of Kapalabhati is still present. And as you're aware of the brain center, also become aware of the root, the base of the body, Muladhara chakra, and see an electric line of energy connecting these 2 points, pulsing upward. Three, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Good. Walk your hands back, bringing yourself up to a seat. And get ready for another round of Kapalabhati. Take a moment, feel sensation if you need to. So again, the second round, we're going to go for another minute, meaning we're going to go for 2 minutes total. If you need to stop at any point, do so, all right? So shoulders down the back. Just taking a few breaths in and out. And again, the breath comes from the navel. Deep breath in to begin. 'You're halfway there. 15 more seconds. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath into the top of the inhale. See light in the brain. Relax the belly. Sip a bit more breath in, keep holding. Blow all the air out, fold forward, child's pose. Hold the breath out if you can, forehead on the ground. Inhale, sit back up. If you can, hold the breath in. Staying tall, exhale softly. Don't drop the breath, slowly release. Energy moving upward, ascension. Light in the brain, clarity. Starting to dissolve the veil between us and that which is greater than us. Connection, boundlessness. Deep breath in and out. And then bring yourself on back. Good. Take your time. We're going to transition into child's pose. All right. So in child's pose, hands on the floor in front of you. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift your right leg high into the air behind you. Exhale, swing or carry, step the right foot between your hands and release the back knee. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach the arms up, opening the heart. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank pose, Danda Kriya. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Help it forward if you need to. Back knee on the ground. When you're ready, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Back knee on the ground, crescent lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving through Danda Kriya, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts and steps. Back knee on the ground, crescent lunge inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Hands and knees inhale. Child's pose. Good. Inhale back up, hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts and steps. Coming on up, lunging. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, you know how. When you get back to down dog, lift the left leg and bring it on through. Knee on the ground, crescent lunge. Downward facing dog, stepping back. Inhale down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Keeping it moving, inhale up to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts and steps. Crescent lunge. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. When you get back to down dog, lift the left leg and step. Crescent lunge when you're ready. Downward facing dog. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Good. Inhale back up. Downward facing dog. Right leg and step. Knee on the ground, crescent lift. Good. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. When you get back to down dog, lift the left leg up and step it on through. Good. Crescent lunge, inhale. Downward facing dog, stepping back. Hands and knees. Child's pose. One more time. Inhale up to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts and step it through. Crescent lunge. Good. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. As you land in downward dog, lift the left leg up and step it through. Coming up, crescent lunge. Good. Downward facing dog. Hands and knees. And child's pose. Staying in child's pose, breathe. Deep breaths in and out. And again, become aware of the point at the brain center. And become aware of the point at the root of your body, Muladhara Chakra. See an electric line of energy connecting these 2 points, pulsing upwards. One more deep breath. And then go ahead and walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. And get ready for round 3 of Kapalabhati. Good. So we're going to go for 3 minutes this time, which is a long time, and it's longer when we're doing it. As you noticed with the 2 minutes before, that was probably 10 minutes in normal people time. So if you need to stop, stop. If you need to slow down, slow down. I didn't mention this at the beginning, but Kapalabhati is a shot karma, so it's a cleansing technique. So if like stuff is coming up, like just have a tissue nearby for yourself. Yeah, this is a really great opportunity to practice self-care while actively working with something. Stay hydrated as well. All right, sitting tall, shoulders down your back. Reminder, the breath comes from the belly, not the chest. Take a deep breath in, we'll begin. Two minutes left. 1 minute left. Deep breath in. Hold the breath in. Get still. See light in the brain. Sip in more breath. Keep holding. Let it get just a little bit uncomfortable if you can. Don't drop the breath. Exhale, slowly fold forward. If you can, hold the breath out. Inhale, sit up. Hold the breath in again. It's okay to let it get a little bit uncomfortable. Don't drop the breath. Slowly exhale, fold forward. Holding the breath out if you can. Awareness at the root. Muladhara chakra, the base of the body. Inhale, sit up. Draw your awareness up the spine to the center of the brain. Hold the breath in. Last time. Don't drop the breath. Slowly exhale, stay up tall. Keep that light in the brain, shining upwards. A lotus petal or lotus flower opening. Allow your awareness to move from the brain center to the crown. And imagine the sun shining above your head. 1,000-petaled golden lotus opening at the crown of your head. Deep breath in and out. And slowly bring your awareness back. Good. A lot of internal visual tonight. So from where you are now, let's move into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So you can just come to hands and knees, curl the toes under and walk your hands back to your feet. Good. And just a couple of times, press palms to shins, lengthen your spine here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale again, palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bring your awareness to the root chakra. As you inhale, press palms to shins. Draw your awareness up the spine and to the crown of the head, heart parallel to the floor. Then keep your awareness at the crown of the head. Fold forward and stay. Just feeling that energy, that prana, that kundalini life force, however you want to think about it, just pouring from the tailbone up the spine through gravity to the brain center and to the crown of the head here. And then with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, rise all the way up to standing, reach the arms overhead. And then bring the palms together, bring the backs of the thumbs to the third eye, and then to your heart. Standing tall. Good. All right. So we've done a lot of Kapalabhati tonight, and might be a good or a bad thing for you, but we're done with that for now. We will, in a little bit, be adding in a second pranayama, which is Brahmari pranayama, which is what we did last week if you were around. So I'll teach it now because we're gonna do a couple of movements, and then we're gonna come into a posture, hold the posture while doing Brahmari. So Brahmari is the buzzing bee breath. And so you'll take your thumbs when the time comes, and you'll press the thumbs against the little triangle at your ear just to block the ear canal. Now you're not forcing your finger or your thumb into your ear canal, you're just lightly closing it, but don't do it yet because you won't be able to hear me. While we're there, once we're holding and the fingers are the back of the head, you'll take a breath in. With the exhale, you'll start to hum. But you're not going to hum like you might normally do with the sound M as in Mary. You want to hum with the sound N as in Nancy. It's a very nasally humming. It's like a bee buzzing. And what it does is it helps to stimulate the pituitary gland at the center of the brain and helps to have your consciousness rise, to elevate, kind of keeping this idea of energy ascending through the spine, through the third eye, and out of the crown of the head. So we're going to come back to that in a little bit, but now you know what it is. So feet stacking underneath your hips will move through a chair flow. Many of you know this one. Palms to the heart, find your breath. And with your next inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair prep, sweep your arms behind you. Inhale into chair pose. Good, stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, and then swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. Palms to shins, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Palms to the heart. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway and down. Inhale all the way up. And again, palms to heart. Let's do a few more. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Rise. Fold. Halfway and down. All the way up. Palms to heart. Two more times. Inhale, sweep. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift. Fold. Halfway. Down. All the way. Heart. One more time. Sweep up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Sweep out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath. Good. So we're going to come back into chair pose here in just a moment, and you can choose one of two ways to practice chair. The first is to have the feet and knees apart, so when you sink in, the feet and knees are apart. The second way is to bring the feet and knees together, so when you sink in, they're together. Just don't have the feet apart and knees buckling. That's bad for you, okay? So you can switch which version you're doing midway if you need to. But we're going to come into chair pose, and we're going to practice Brahmari. All right, the buzzing bee breath. So before we sink in, let's get started with the breath itself. So with the four fingertips placed lightly on the back of your head, take your thumbs and just slightly begin to close that triangle. But don't do it until we start, or you won't be able to hear anything else. So again, this is an N sound, very nasally humming, and we'll do about 2 rounds of breath depending on how long your exhales are. Okay, so you can open your eyes and glance at the camera every once in a while if you're not sure if we're still in it. All right, so take a deep breath in, begin. Sinking down into chair pose. Good. Inhale, come up. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way back up. Bring the hands or fingertips lightly on the back of the head. Take a deep breath, and we're going to come back into the same practice. Closing the tragus, the triangles at the ears, sink into chair pose, Brahmari practice. Inhale up, reach. Exhale, fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Relax. Just feeling the effects of that pranayama tends to create a sense of stillness or quiet to the mind. And our next practice will actually be helping to create some quiet, not just in the mind, but in your body. So take your time. And actually, let's come to child's pose first, then we'll move to the next exercise. So however you need to step to get yourself to child's pose, go ahead and do so. Feeling your mind and body calm. Come up to hands and knees. Now, we're going to come into down dog here in just a second, and we're going to hold down dog for 2 full minutes. All right? You might get a bit uncomfortable, but I want you to focus on the breath, and I want you to focus on the calmness of your mind. All right? I'll coach you through it. Don't worry. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. And find your down dog. So you can move around a bit if you need to. You can shift. You can walk your feet forward or back so that you can be comfortable here. Now, as you find your pose, get still. The breath is moving, and the breath is ideally the only thing that is moving. Now, to help you here, bring your awareness to your spine, the root, second chakra, tip of the tailbone, navel center, heart center, throat center, eyebrow center. One more minute. See an electric line of light or energy connecting the third eye to the root. Energy pulsing upward toward the third eye. Thirty more seconds, you're almost there. Try to stay as still as you can here. And 10 more seconds. Lightly float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Take the knees a bit wider apart. Sink into child's pose. Encap the head. So forehead on the ground. You could stack hands or fists. You could bring a block underneath your forehead, but make sure the head is connecting to something. So we're going to stay in child's pose for a little bit as well. And while we're here, we're going to practice the buzzing bee breath again, or Brahmari. So just lightly bring the fingertips under the back of the head. And again, you'll lightly close the tragus, that triangle in front of the ear canal. And we're just going to go for maybe about a minute or two with this. So that's however many breaths it takes to get that long. If you're not sure if we're all still doing it, you can always look up at the camera and see what's going on. So bringing your hands into position. Brahmari, the buzzing bee breath, humming N. Deep breath in. Releasing the practice. Take your time, slither forward down onto your belly. Releasing down onto your abdomen if you haven't already. You can turn the head to a side if you'd like. Feeling the echo of that Brahmari practice. The quietude of mind, the softness of your consciousness. If your head's turned to a side, turn your head to the other side. Breathing softly here. Good. Taking a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your head to center. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bent, pelvis grounding into the floor. And let's work with Shalabhasana locust pose. So pressing the pelvis into the ground. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs. Exhale, float down. Inhale again, lift the head, chest, and legs. Exhale, float down. 3 more. Locust inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up to hold. Inhale. As you hold the pose, bring your awareness to the center of your brain. Then allow your awareness to drift from the center of the brain up to and through the crown of the head, just off the surface of the crown. Lift up a little higher toward that point. Deep breath in and slowly release. Take your time. Downward facing dog. However you want to get there. And then float down onto hands and knees. And then go ahead and come to a seat with your legs out in front of you. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. Just have a couple more postures to do, then we'll do Shavasana. So let's go ahead and do a seated twist. So go ahead and, with the legs starting forward out, go ahead and bring your right foot flat to the floor, and then take your right foot across the left knee. Now, you can stay right here if you'd like to. If you want to take this to a little bit further of a level, you can take this left leg and tuck it behind you. Now, if you do that and it just makes you sit like this, then just extend the leg again, okay? Ideally, you want to keep both hip bones on the ground, no matter which one you're doing, all right? But either way, your right knee is on top, so your right hand goes behind your spine. With your inhale, lift the left arm up. Now, as we exhale, we're going to bring the arm across, but let's chant Om. So deep breath in. Om. Looking behind you, taking that right shoulder back. Staying in the pose, sit up taller, inhale. Twist deeper, exhale. Keeping your right shoulder working back. Look forward and over your left shoulder. Bring your awareness to the space off the surface of the crown of the head. Turn your chin to look behind you. Inhale, unwind, and uncross. Good. Let's do the other side. Left foot flat on the floor, and then take the foot across the right knee. Now you can keep this right leg extended, but if you're able to tuck it back and then ground both hip bones, do that. All right. So left knee's on top, left hand behind the back. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and as we come into the twist, we'll chant. Inhale. Staying in the pose, sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, work the left shoulder back, twist. Now staying in the pose, keeping that left shoulder working back. Look forward and as far to the right as you can. Bring your awareness to the crown chakra. Look behind you, turning the chin back over the left shoulder. Then inhale, unwind the entire body and uncross. Okay, for our final posture, we'll come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Okay, so the soles of the feet together. And for this, you probably want to bring some folded blankets underneath your hips, or you could even take that block we were using earlier if you had that around and sit on that, okay? We want the spine to be tall here. So make adjustments so you can be here for a little bit. Good. So starting with sitting tall, shoulders down the back. Bring the palms together, and then take the base of the thumbs to the third eye and traction the flesh between the eyebrows upward. Become aware of the root. Follow that line of energy to the third eye. And then just see these pulsing lights of energy move up the spine, past the third eye, and through the crown. Like lightning bolts shooting into the sky through the crown. And as you solidify that image, hear the sound of Om echoing in the back of your mind, dissolving anything that is not this practice, any discomfort, any thoughts. Om. Go ahead and hinge at the hips, folding down. If your hands need to move to the floor, they can, but keep that awareness of the crown. Deep breath in and out. Carefully bring yourself back up. And then keeping some of this internalness that we've cultivated, come onto your back for Shavasana, corpse pose. Bring any support where you need it. Blanket under the head. Whatever you need to be comfortable here. And feel your body uncross as you come to lay down. And to feel your body release its effort. So much effort released, not just tonight, but over the last 6 to 7 weeks, spending time with these chakras, balancing them, understanding them, emoting them. Now all in balance, united in their goal to allow your consciousness to ascend. At this point, it's just letting go. So you can imagine the spine as a slowly flowing river, starting at the root center and just slowly flowing up the spine through the central channel, the center of the spine, past each of the chakras, past the third eye, and out of the crown of your head. Just hold your awareness at the slowly flowing river from the root past the crown. Any thought that isn't this river dissolves. It just dissolves. peace, peace, peace. Take a deeper, fuller breath. And try to keep your energy and awareness as inward as possible, but do make some gentle movements in the hands and feet, arms and legs. Rolling to your right side. And coming to your meditation seat. Again, trying to keep that awareness inward. Palms resting on your thighs when you get there. Shoulders down the back, crown lifting. And as you're seated tall, bring your awareness to Muladhara Chakra, the root center, the base of your body. And see a red ball of light ignited there. And see this ball of red light pulse to the repeated chant of Lam, 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 Lam. Hearing that in your head. Lam, 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 Lam. Keep going. Red light pulsing to the sound of that chant. Bija mantra, the seed sound of Muladhara Chakra. Lam, 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 Lam. Allow the chant to stop. Bring your awareness to a ball of orange light at the tip of your tailbone and see it pulse to the sound of Vam, 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 Vam in your head. Orange light pulsing to that sound. Vam, 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 Vam. The seed sound, the Bija mantra for Svadhisthana chakra, the center of preference and creativity. Vam, 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 vam. Allow the chanting to stop. Bring your awareness to a ball of yellow light behind your navel on the spine. See it pulsing and chanting to the sound Ram, 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 Ram. Yellow light pulsing to the sound Ram, 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 Ram. The Bija mantra, the seed sound for Manipura chakra, the center of fire, transformation, and courage in your system. Ram, 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 Ram. Allow the chanting to stop. Bring your awareness to a green ball of light at the point on the spine next to your heart and see it pulsing to the sound of yum, 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 yum in your head, hearing that pulsing to the green ball of light. Yum, 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 yum. The seed sound, the Bija mantra for the heart center. Anahata, the space where no pain can enter. Love, consciousness, openness. Yum, 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 yum. Allow the chanting to stop. Bring your awareness to a blue ball of light at your throat and see it pulsing to the sound of hum, 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 hum. Blue ball of light pulsing to the sound of hum, 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 hum. The Bija mantra, the seed sound for Visuddha chakra, the throat center, the center for the expression of will, creativity, and truth, the expression of purity of the heart. Hum, 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 hum. Allow that to fade. Bring your awareness to a indigo, that blue, purple colored light at the brain center, pulsing, pulsing to the sound of so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum. Light pulsing, indigo light pulsing to that sound. So hum in your mind. The Bija mantra, the seed sound for the third eye, the center of intuition, connection to wisdom, knowledge, higher perception, objectivity, your witnessing consciousness. So hum, so hum, so hum, so hum. Allow that to fade and bring your awareness to no longer pulsing, but a steady ball of purple light just off the surface of the crown of your head. And in the back of your mind, just hear a droning Om, continuous and non-ending Om, boundless Om. Om. The Bija mantra and seed sound for Sahasrara chakra, boundless connection to divinity, the transcendence of time and space, the transcendence of you, connection. And see all now, all these lights, all 7 chakras, every color of the rainbow ignited at the same time. Feeling a grounded sense of balance, openness, and deep wholeness to your entire system. Everything is as it should be, peaceful and calm. Everything is as it should be, peaceful and calm. Everything is as it should be, peaceful and calm, boundless, connecting to the knowledge that you're more than this body, that you're a drop of something bigger. This practice to remind us that we are that which we seek. That we are one with all. Aware of that purple ball of light at the crown. Aware of that indigo ball of light at the third eye. Aware of that blue ball of light at the throat. green ball of light at the heart, yellow at the navel, orange at the tip of the tailbone, red at the root. Please take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together. Just honoring the oneness. That which is in me is also within you. This is the meaning of Namaste. That which is in me, the light within me, acknowledges, honors, and knows that we are the same. Acknowledging that light in you. Namaste, yogis.